Today, we're going to dig into a single business deal that, honestly, pulls back the curtain on one of the most powerful forces shaping our world right now. It's a story about huge money, massive infrastructure, and really, the invisible engine that powers our entire digital lives. And it all starts with one very, very big number. And here it is, over $10 billion. To put that in perspective, that's more than the GDP of dozens of countries. It's a staggering amount of money changing hands. So the real question is, why? What on earth could possibly be worth that much? Well, the answer to that $10 billion question is actually hiding inside a much bigger one. What does it really take to power everything we do online? From sending a quick email to training the next huge generation of AI, all that stuff has to live somewhere, right?
Okay, so first things first, let's look at the headline deal itself. Who is spending all this cash, and what exactly are they buying?
So let's break this down real quick. You've got an investment group led by a private equity giant called KKR, and they are buying a company called ST Telemedia Global Data Centers. Yeah, it's a mouthful, so we'll just call them STTGDC. And the price tag for this company? That massive $10 billion we were just talking about.
Now look, those names probably don't mean much to you. KKR, STTGDC, yeah, they're not exactly household names. So let's break down who these players are and what this whole data center business is even about.
Okay, so a data center, it's basically a super specialized, highly secure building just packed with computers. We're talking thousands and thousands of them. It's not some abstract cloud. No, it's a real physical place with servers, miles of cables, and gigantic cooling systems. It's the physical backbone of our digital world. So here are the two sides of the deal. On one side, you've got KKR, the investor. Think of them as the money people, a massive global firm managing over $700 billion. And on the other side, you have STTGDC. They're the infrastructure guys. They're the ones who actually build and run all these data centers, providing the physical homes for the internet.
So, this gets us to the crucial point, right? Why is a company that pretty much just runs these specialized warehouses suddenly one of the hottest investments on the planet? Why is it worth over $10 billion?
Let's just get right to it. What has changed to make these buildings so incredibly valuable, seemingly overnight? And the answer? Well, it comes down to just two letters, AI. The absolute explosion in artificial intelligence is creating this insatiable demand for one thing, raw, brute force computing power. And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. As the Wall Street Journal puts it, the artificial intelligence boom fuels demand for computing capacity. And guess where all of that capacity lives? Yep, inside data centers.
The logic here is actually incredibly simple. Training and running these new AI models takes a mind-boggling amount of energy and processing power. All that power has to come from these data centers. So as our use of AI grows and grows, the demand for these buildings just skyrockets. It is a direct one-to-one relationship.
All right, so now let's zoom out for a second, because this $10 billion deal, it's not happening in a vacuum. Nope, it's just one piece of a much, much larger global trend.
What we are witnessing here is basically a global gold rush. There is this massive wave of investment pouring into building out the physical hardware needed to support the AI revolution, and there's a huge focus on Asia. And the scale of this, it's just staggering. Look at these numbers. Microsoft is dropping $23 billion into AI infrastructure in India. Amazon is investing $5 billion in Taiwan. Micron Technology is planning a $24 billion investment in Singapore. All of a sudden, KKR's $10 billion deal looks like just one part of a much bigger story, doesn't it? Okay, so we've established that giant corporations are spending billions and billions of dollars on these giant computer buildings. But what does any of this have to do with you? Why does it actually matter?
Well, it matters because this behind-the-scenes investment is exactly what makes your digital life possible. Every single time you use an AI assistant or stream a movie or make a digital payment, you are tapping into the capacity that was built by investments just like this one.
Let's just walk through it real quick. KKR puts billions into STTGDC. That money lets them build more and better data centers packed with all the power needed for AI. So what's the result for you? Well, the apps and the AI tools you use every single day get faster, they get smarter, and they get way more reliable. This multi-billion-dollar deal eventually ends up as a better experience right there on your screen.
So that's the story of the $10 billion bet on AI infrastructure. And it kind of leaves us with a fascinating final question. We now see data centers as essential utilities, right? Like power plants or water lines. So as our world gets even more digital, what's next? What seemingly boring piece of infrastructure is going to be at the center of the next great tech gold rush?